What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone is having a fantastic night so far. This is probably going to be our best show so far. That's what me and Brandon were talking about before tonight's show. Brandon, I think it was like an epiphany.
Paul, the intro's still going.
All right, we're good now?
Yeah, we good.
My fault. I am my Wi-Fi is really bad right now, so you might not hear a wings commercial.
That's fine.
You might not hear it tonight. It's really bad, but
that's fine, man.
Did anybody hear what I said the first 15 seconds?
I heard you, but yeah, so I'm sure they heard you.
But anyways, man, welcome back to the Brandon Meriweather Show. We got 40 people on with us live. 1 minute in. Brandon, I know it was kind of a sour weekend, but I got to say, man, I'm very happy right now.
I believe you. You've been talking about this for a long time. You've been talking about this for a while. But I'm you know what? As sour as it was, I am too. I am too.
It's a nice. It's you know what? When we lost to Florida State, I was mad. I was really mad. But at the same time, I was like, maybe this isn't such of a bad thing. Maybe this is gonna literally seal the deal with Manny Diaz and that fool we used to have as AD.
Well, it sealed the deal with one of them. The problem is that young boy, that young coach y'all got. Still people behind him that got a lot of power.
That's what Barry Jackson, the Miami Hero, said. So
regardless of what happens and who we bring in, like it's gonna be hard to get rid of him. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they make whoever come in sign a contract saying you got to give him at least one more year. I wouldn't be surprised.
So here's my thing. I can see that happening, but I think if they bring in a guy like Gino Torretta or an Alonzo Highsmith, I think Manny is done for good.
I disagree.
Really?
I don't care who they bring in. If the people who signing your check say, hey, listen, we're going to give him one more year, then I don't care what you do. Now, what you will do is kind of handicap Manny so that he can't do as much as he's doing. Now, you can do that. But if they do that, then they risk Manny looking good, and now you got to keep Manny. You see what I'm saying? Like, so this is what I'm thinking, right? So let's say Gino get the AD job, right? 4 of the biggest boosters we got said they're behind Manny Diaz. And if Manny Diaz, we got a problem. So if 4 of them saying that means Manny ain't going nowhere, regardless of who they bring in, because that's a big chunk of change. And we already at 7 figures to hire a new coach. We already made it to 7 figures to hire a new coach. And to be honest with you, I'm sure it'll be 10 by the end of the weekend. To hire a new AD. I'm sure it'll be higher than that to hire a new AD. So you get that going, right? You get that going. Now you bring in Gino, and you tell Gino, hey, look, I don't care what you do, give Manny one more year. I don't care what after that. Now you could do whatever you like, but give Manny one more year. Gino say, okay, fine. But Manny, listen, we finna hire a D coordinator. You could be the head coach, but we're gonna hire your D coordinator. He's gonna run his defense. He's gonna run it how he want to. Blah blah blah. Offensive coordinator, you could do what you want to. You could keep the offensive coordinator. You can keep all that. Fine. Now, The defense looked great. Offense looked great. We go 11-1. What do you do with Manny? Now you can't fire him. Like,
Brandon,
that's where the problem come in at.
I agree to your point that there are still members of the Board of Trustees that have Manny's back. Why was his father on the sidelines during the Florida State game? I've never seen that. I don't know who's Bob Stoops' father. I don't know who's Jimbo Fisher's father, Nick Saban's father. I've never seen someone's father on a sideline right next to the coach while they're playing against their biggest game of the season, their biggest rival. I've never seen that.
Because Manny Diaz, that is a attention whore. What you mean? That's why. Like he did that for attention. Like he could have sat at home and made phone calls and made sure Manny don't get fired. Like if I was the AD, if I was Blake James, before I got fired, before I left, I would have fired Manny Diaz right in front of his daddy.
I don't think Blake James had the balls to fire Manny.
I think you're right. I think that's why Blake left.
Yeah. So here's my thing, Brandon, with all this. Let's say you're right. Your perspective on the situation comes true. Gino comes in, Alonzo Highsmith, whoever, a new AD comes in. They give Manny an extra year. In that 1 year time span, you don't think we missed out on Mario Cristobal? We missed out on Lane Kiffin again? Because you know how many jobs are going to be opening up right now? You got LSU. You have Florida, the University of Southern California, and that's just 3 as of right now. Imagine after the season's over, Brandon, there's probably going to be a couple more marquee names that are going to pop up that are open in the market to go to different programs.
You're right. You're right. Listen. I personally hope we fire Manny Diaz. I hope so. I wish we would have did it after we lost to Michigan State. I wish we would have did.
I wish we would have done the first year.
If I was the AD, right after that Alabama game, after you had a whole offseason to prepare, you would have been fired because the team didn't look prepared. I could have told you how the season was gonna go then.
By the way, Michigan State's head coach is getting like $8 million a year, over $8 million.
I know.
I'm kind of jealous. I'm a little bit jealous. Why can't we do that with coaches? Why can't we do that?
We can't pay nobody that much.
Why not? Why can't the U do it?
Because the U allow 1,500 people in a year. Michigan State allow 30,000.
All right, so you know Bojangles, right? The chain, the food chain. You know the CEO of Bojangles he went to Miami-Dade Community College and he went to the University of Miami. I think he got his master's there. He's a local guy. He's the CEO of Bojangles. His net worth is probably, I don't even know what. Marcus Lemonis, he's got a ton of money. Jorge Mas, he just opened up a soccer team in Miami. Marcus Lemonis' net worth is like $2.9 billion, I think. I could be wrong on that, but he's loaded. We can fund the money. I just don't think we want to do it like you said.
You do know Bojangles is one of Manny Diaz's daddy's best friends, right?
Really? I don't see. I'm learning something new every day. You got to talk to me about this.
Like, listen, it's a lot of people. So it's a lot of people that want Manny out. It is. It's a lot of people with power that want Manny out.
Me too.
You know, but it's a lot of people that want to give Manny a shot because of his dad.
How much time can we give him? We just lost to Florida State that was 3-6, and they lost to a team called Jacksonville State that's not in Jacksonville, Florida. I don't know where they are. They're not in Florida.
They're in Mississippi, but that's not the point. I actually looked it up after they lost to him because I wondered where he was too. But I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. I just don't see people pissing off the wrong people. I don't see it. especially at UM. Now, if you was at like Florida State, Florida, Miami, Florida State, something like that, yeah, you'll fire him and say, man, all right, well, you'll be back. Because they got enough boosters to do that. We don't.
Florida's getting rid of Dan Mullen.
I don't know if they're gonna get rid of him either.
Nah, they will. They will. They're mad.
Right. But they mad. They mad about giving up 56 points to Samford.
That's
with no they fired their D coordinator last week too.
Last week, yeah, right.
So he got an excuse.
I see that. It might not be. I don't follow Florida, but it's more on the defense, figuring that out.
Correct. So he could say, "Look, man, I fired my D coordinator. What do you expect not happen?" But I personally feel like if an elite team like Florida playing Samford, like anybody should be able to D coordinator. Like the players should be able to go out there and call the defense they self and win, and then not give up 21 points to Samford. That's just how I feel.
Baby Shaq 569 says it best, man. All the fans should protest, not go to the first game, or no one should renew their season tickets if Manny Diaz is retained. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Exactly what I'm going to do.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
Oh, watch me. If they keep Manny Diaz next year, I'm fine just sitting here, keeping my butt in the chair. You know how relaxing it is to watch a game inside of your home?
Yes, I do. I do it every week.
Instead of that, you know, at Hard Rock Stadium, it is steaming hot. There is no shade on that parking lot. No shade at all.
So you telling me that you really think people gonna protest if Manny Diaz is not fired?
It's $13 for a Heineken.
That is true. That is true.
And they ask for tip. Just open the can.
Listen, I personally would just clean our house. I would clean our house. Like now I can admit the secondary do look better than it did last year.
Safeties.
All around.
But here's my thing. You're mentioned to Corey Couch. He regressed this season.
I agree.
He regressed.
I agree.
He leads the team in his tackles.
I agree. But what I'm saying is, like, we could put, like, I honestly believe it's 100% coaching, and I think the reason Couch, went backwards was because of coaching. Last year he looked better last year, and he was a freshman.
Now, Brandon, I got to ask you a question. This is coming from, you played in the NFL and college football, because a lot of people have been kind of debating this on social media about Travaris Robinson's role as defensive backs coach and Manny Diaz as defensive coordinator. You played the game at the highest level. How much say does a DB's coach have?
None.
Over their DC? None at all?
He's a fucking puppet. Like, serious, he's a puppet. That's all he is. Like, he do exactly what Manny tell him to do. He could tell Manny that's completely wrong. He could do it, but if Manny say do it this way, he do it that way. Period. Like, I would give you an example. Right, I was playing for Washington.
Yep.
And Coach Hazlitt was our D coordinator. Coach Hazlitt made a call in practice. We was in practice. He made a call, and one of our corners in that defense, our corners lined up inside, but the safeties was dropping inside, so it left too much outside with no help. Right.
Yeah. So
we get back into what's name. We tell coach. We say, "Hey, look, like, we can't play this like this. Like, why would I be inside when Brandon dropping down inside with me? Like, who gonna help over the top? Like, who gonna help on the outside? Like, they can run any route now, except a slant, and that's because we got two people inside." So coach took that to Has. Coach Has said, "I don't care what they think. We doing it this way. And coach, and we was in team meeting. Coach said that's completely wrong. Coach has said, I don't care. We doing it this way, and if you don't want to do it this way, you can sit on the bench. Now, being that coach has respected IDB coach and respected us when we all came and said, hey, coach, look, we ain't doing it like this, coach. I don't give a damn what you say. He was like, all right, I see y'all point now. Let's do it like this. But other than that, none. You have no say so. T-Rob might as well be Ed Reed out there. T-Rob is a fan that stand on the sideline.
So let me, like, this is the thing I don't get, and I understand you spoke about it previous shows. Ed Reed's really just there to show face, right?
Yep.
Does he have any power?
And get pep talks.
But does he have any power at all? Does it come to the board of trustees, to anyone, the new AD, and say, man, this is a wrap. I'm telling you right now, this is a wrap.
Ed got power when the new AD come in, Ed will have more power. And when with the board of trustees, Ed got a lot of power. The problem is Ed role was never to coach. Ed role was to be like an overseer and to give his input, not to coach. And Manny fucking hates Ed. Like, Manny don't listen to nothing Ed say. Manny don't want to, like, Ed is like the, like, but who would want, like their daddy looking over their shoulder the whole time? Like, don't nobody want that. So I get why he mad at him, but at the same time, sometimes you gotta give away some power to get it back.
Listen, man, when my back's against the wall and I'm about to be fired, I humble myself and I listen to the greatest safety of all time.
That's see, I personally, as soon as Ed stepped on campus, either if he was coaching or if he had no position, I would have been like, hey, yo, Ed, come to my office, man, come talk to me. Hey, let's watch film together so 100%. I could see something you see, you know what I mean? And maybe I could tweak my defense to help me.
100%.
We don't do that. That's not them.
Hey, Brandon, the people have been screaming wings, wings, wings. I got to ask you a question. Why are you guys closed on Sundays?
Because we can't work every day.
Okay, that's fair.
Work every day. So the reason we closed on Sunday is because for the first 6 months, I opened in May, and from May to December, I was open on Sunday, and Sunday was the slowest day of the week for us. So that's why I was like, yo, and we was working 6 days a week and had 1 day off. So I was like, look, man, we got to get we in McDonald's now. We ain't got 100 employees. So, I've said, we're going to close on the slowest 2 days. And that was Sunday and Monday.
The reason I asked is because I had a couple people, they were coming down from Tallahassee, and on their way to Miami, they were going to stop at Wings, Wings, Wings. But it was on a Sunday.
Yeah, do it on Saturday, baby. I actually be there this Saturday, actually.
Hey, if you're in the Orlando area, you got to stop by Wings, Wings, Wings.
Man, somebody came in Tuesday, and it was like, hey, Paul sent me. I was like, Paul? It was like, yeah, Paul. I was like, man, I don't know no damn Paul. I'm thinking about Paul up in Orlando. And then he was like, the scoop? I said, the scoop? Oh, you talking about Paul? Oh, okay. Okay. He was like, yeah. Man, I listen to the show all the time, man. I follow Paul. I was like, oh, okay. Now I see. All right, I got it.
Hey,
I appreciate it, bro.
Carries weight. All I can say.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
So, Brandon, we got over 140 people listening to us live right now. The people want to hear, Brandon. Who do you want as athletic director and why? And I'll say why. I'll pick my guy.
I want I want Alonzo Highsmith.
Alonzo Highsmith. Why?
For one, he's Miami bred. He know the school in and out. For two, he got pro connections. He been in the pro system for the last 20, 30 years. He know what it looks like to win. He been at a winning program for the last 20, 30 years. He know what it look like to win. And for three, I think we need something new. Like we need somebody who haven't done the college system and somebody who will actually go and bend a couple rules. You know what I mean? Like I think that's Alonzo. I think Alonzo would be perfect in this situation just because he don't know shit.
100%. So you know why I like Alonzo, Brandon? Because you mentioned that.
Wow.
Because in his position in the NFL with the Titans, with the Packers, I think there was another team as well. His job was to evaluate players to come into an organization and draft. He went to every single college in America to evaluate prospects, and he's met with several hundred college football coaches. He has hundreds of connections in the college football world. People know his name, and that's the most important part about the hiring process is those connections you build and your name. What does the rumor mill say about Alonzo Highsmith? Do you like him? No, I don't. Oh, no, man, he's a top A1 guy. No, he's first class. He's a great guy. You got to work under Alonzo Highsmith. That would be a great move with him under at the University of Miami. He's going to take care of you. It's all about name, networking, and the connections you've made.
I agree. But I want to know why the AD from Washington is even on the board.
On the board? You mean,
Yeah, why is he considered? Like, why is he even like?
I completely agree.
And then they got the AD from FAU. Like, come on, man. Are we really reaching for straws, man?
So this is my thing too, Brandon. Do you think the athletic director position at the University of Miami, and the chat can chime in as well, do you think it still holds weight in the Power 5 ranks? Now, think about this. So far, all we know is Washington State's AD, Pat Chun, FAU's AD, Brian White, and Louisville's ex-AD in 2017, Tom Zirk, I believe his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it still holds weight as a valuable position in the Power 5 ranks?
At the University of Miami?
Yes.
Yes. I just think like most of the good ones, like you don't want to go to Miami. Like you don't want to go to Miami, especially after you hear people saying how the president don't care and all this. Like the people who want to go to Miami is people who want to control everything. Like if you're gonna go there and you're gonna control everything, then them the people who want to go to Miami. Like if that ain't you, like if you want to be able to be like, all right, I need this, I need that, I need this, I need that, then okay.
I agree. I 110% agree. I think kind of gives you that image like Miami doesn't care about athletics. They're not going to break their back for you. You have to figure it out on your own. Your hands are going to be tied.
Correct.
I 110% agree.
Hey, we need a break real quick.
All right. Hey, we'll be back. How long do you need, Brandon?
About 2 minutes.
2 minutes. We'll be back in 2 minutes, guys. All right.
Wings, wings, wings. The best chicken wings outside of the Orlando area off of 452 North Park Avenue, owned by Miami Hurricanes football legend himself, Brandon Meriweather. If you love chicken wings, you're going to love Wings, 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 owned by the man himself, NFL veteran, Brandon Meriweather. Got to check it out. Once again, Wings, Wings, Wings off of 452 North Park Avenue in Apopka, Florida.
All right, we are back. Second half of the show ready to go. My apologies if you guys can't see the commercials. My Wi-Fi today is really bad. I'm not usually traditionally at my previous location, so just got to work with it. All right, so Brandon, here's my thing. Let's say we hire Alonzo Highsmith, Gino Torretta. I feel like if we hire those two guys, we're going after Mario Cristobal because he doesn't want to work with Blake James. So
Mario
we're going full house for him.
Mario ain't going nowhere. Like he's not. He's not. So this is what I heard. No, I mean, this is not just me, running my mouth like normal. This is what I heard. For one, it'll be career suicide. It'll be career suicide for him to leave Oregon and come to Miami. That's for one. For two, he's already been named a successor at Alabama for Saban. So if he leaves Oregon, it'll only be to go to one spot.
Alabama. And that's what you heard.
Yes.
It's from the grapevine.
Yes. It's
how
come from a credible source. A credible source.
Can you give a hint? Like
I can't.
Small hints?
I can't.
Former player hint.
Just know the people who told me this talks to Cristobal often.
Oh my God. You kind of ruined my night.
Oh, my bad, brother. My bad. I'm just telling you, like it's crazy because I personally do want Cristobal. I do.
Absolutely.
But the thing is, just being honest, no matter who we bring in, it's gonna take 4 years. It's gonna take at least 4 years.
I'm fine with that.
To start winning. Like, don't get me wrong, somebody'll come in and get the talent that we already got and they'll win 10 games next year. But it won't be like, oh, we going to the playoffs next year just because we get a new coach. And that's what people have to understand. Like, so this is how I always break it down. You got a 2-year turnaround, a 4-year turnaround, and a 6-year turnaround. Which school are we?
We are a 6-year turnaround school.
My point.
Yeah.
My point. But our fans, you know what I mean? Count me is not that patient. We're not that patient. Like, we want to win after you get two recruiting classes, and then we saying, all right, now, some got to give now.
2 recruiting classes.
Yeah. Think about it. Everybody who's been here had almost 3 years to prove themselves. So they got their first recruiting class that they came in, that they walked into. Then they got they second 2 recruiting class, and if you winning, then you get another year. If you ain't winning, you bye-bye, Shalil. Bye-bye.
So, listen, we're going to be patient for a couple recruiting classes, 4 years. Get your personnel in. Maintain your staff. Let's say your source is on the money. Mario Cristobal stays at Oregon. You make a fair point. I mean, you're taking a gamble coming back to Miami, even though it's your hometown. Where do we go from here then? Lane Kiffin, Mark Stoops, Miranda. Who do we go after? Because we need to kill this hire.
Mark Stoops would be a great hire.
I think it'll be a good hire. I don't know about great. I think good.
No, he'll be a great hire. Mark Stoops will be a great hire. But this is where the win and lose come in at, right?
Right.
So we get Stoops, right? But what Stoops really did at Kentucky, what he did, who he beat.
He's the only winningest coach in Kentucky football history. You got to remember, they've never been good at football.
My point. So I'm gonna ask you again. But by our standards, what has he done?
In a sense, I mean, it's
kind
of like
if Stoops was at Miami, we'll be calling him a bust if he did the exact same thing he did at Kentucky.
Right. I agree. I agree. But it's Kentucky. It's the SEC, and they're not it's hard to recruit in Kentucky for football.
If it's hard to recruit for football, it's hard to recruit for basketball. I don't care how you want to look at it. I don't care.
Kentucky has a history. He came in with no history at Kentucky, where John Calipari comes in with history, a lot of history.
I understand that, but John Calipari had to start somewhere too.
I think at Memphis.
My point.
He brought a name. He brought a name with himself.
Stoops
did he
did
win the
too.
national title with Derrick Rose? I could be wrong.
Stoops did too, though.
Like the Final Four. Stoops, he had his last name, his brother. He had his
man.
brother.
Why won't we just call Bob? I'm sure Bob will come out of retirement.
Get him on the show. Wasn't your former? Wasn't he on? Yeah, get him on the show.
I should call him, man, and see if he'll do it. That's what I'm. A matter of fact, that's what I'm gonna do, man. Next week we gonna bring somebody on next week, man. Let's figure out who. I mean, we're gonna talk through the weekend and figure out. I'm gonna throw some names out there and we're gonna figure out who we're gonna get on there.
Let's do it, man. I would love that.
But I just honestly, man, I can't. I personally think we need to start young.
I agree. You see, Joshua, thank you for the $5 donation. He says, go after Mike Gundy. No.
like Mike Gundy is great, right? But he's not a Miami type coach. It's like Al Golden. Al Golden gonna be a good coach somewhere. He's just not a Miami type coach. Like you got to get somebody who the player is gonna also respect too. Like that was Al Golden's biggest problem, is that the players didn't respect him. You know, so what do you do? Like I personally, you know me, I love Ken Dorsey. I absolutely love Ken Dorsey. We know that. But do you really want to have a first year, AD and a first year head coach?
No, you don't. You don't. That's a bad recipe.
Right. So where you go from that?
So I think if you strike out on Mario, you go after Lane Kiffin. You go full court press for Lane Kiffin. You have a great offense. You have talent defensively. That's a lot to work with. If you strike out on Lane Kiffin, Dave Aranda. If not, Billy Napier.
I like David Aranda. I do. I like him a lot. How much is the buyout for Lane Kiffin?
So they have not publicly pushed it out there to the media. When they asked their athletic director, he said it was a healthy buyout. So I'm thinking $4 to $5 million.
It'll be more than that. They paying him more than that.
No, I think they pay him his contract goes up every year. The longer he stays, the more he makes money. So right now it's in 4.5.
Oh, so they might be trying to get rid of him just to save face.
I don't know. But here's the thing too, Brandon. Let's say we go after Lane. His resume, he jumps ship after every 2 years or even after a season. Do you want that in a program? Your next coach, he might leave after a 9-3 year?
Well, technically, he was fired from USC.
Right. But he went from Tennessee to USC after a season.
Right, that's a better opportunity. Like you can't get mad at a man for taking a better opportunity. Like you tell me, would you rather live in California or Tennessee? Like, would you rather have, come on, man, that ain't even close.
I would do a bidding war. I would do a bidding war. I would say USC's paying me this amount. Can you guys match that?
That's what he did. That's what he did. That's why he left Tennessee. That's why he left Tennessee. They even asked him. He was like, "Yo, all right, well, you know what we doing?" And I see Buddy say Will Muschamp for DC. I actually like that.
Yeah, but we have to get someone who's connected with, though. Because you can't do Mario Cristobal and then Will Muschamp. Do they even know each other? I don't know. You get me?
It don't matter though. It really don't matter. Think about it. It don't matter.
I think there's got to be some connection, some chemistry. You guys got to cross paths somehow.
Man, we need to call Urban, man. Tell Urban to come on back on, man. He wanted to coach Miami anyway.
What do you think about bringing back Shannon?
I love him. You know me, I love Randy. Not as a head coach, though. Not as a head coach, as a D coordinator. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Brandon, you want Alonzo Highsmith as your AD.
Correct.
And then your head coach, you're looking at, I guess you're kind of looking at, you want Ken Dorsey, but you also think everyone's first year could be a headache.
Correct.
Who's your plan B or C?
Billy O'Brien.
Okay. Which is great. That's phenomenal.
And I really like the OC at Oklahoma. I forgot his name. But he was he a young guy too. He seems sharp to me. I like him too. So if we and you got and they already LSU already finna take what's his name? Riley. LSU finna take him. Lincoln Riley.
No, he's not going there, according to Bruce Feldman of The Athletic. He just announced it today. Could be wrong, but if they do take him, but yeah, I agree. I mean, that's where he's been rumored to go.
So what's Ohio? I mean Oregon. I mean LSU old coach. That one that played at Miami or went to Miami or something like that.
LSU's Ed Orgeron.
Yeah,
he'll never get hired here.
Why?
He's got too much baggage, man. At LSU,
I love it.
We're not going to hire that. We will never hire him. I would be in shock if we hire him.
Why?
Because he's got too much baggage.
Dog, we do a lot of dumb shit.
I know, we do. And that's why we were trying to change the image and hire the Al Goldens and whatever the hell Manny Diaz is.
And you see what that got us at?
What do you say?
You see what that got us at?
Yeah. Our head coach, Brandon. You know what Manny Diaz did before the FSU game? He got out of a limousine.
Why he ain't ride the bus with his team?
That's what normal people do.
He was in the car with his daddy, huh?
I don't know. I don't even want to know. I think it was Ricky Martin. I don't know. They had some. It was with another guy. Not a bad looking guy in shape. He came out of the car with a nice looking guy. It wasn't. It looked like Ricky Martin. I don't know.
You went to the game?
No, it was on TV. I'm not going to Tallahassee. I'm not driving. That's the worst drive ever. It's like 8 hours just to get there. It's the worst.
Yeah, man. I need to figure out. Like, that's what we need to do. Like, I know they got the players meeting today. And I know a lot of people gonna be throwing out names and saying what we should do and what we shouldn't do. But honestly, though, that mean has no weight. It has no weight. None. It has no weight. Like none. So, if we could all get together and walk in there to the president and say, "Hey, look, this is who we hire," then fine. But we can't do that. We ain't got that much power.
So we talked about it before the show. Players meeting. I think it's tonight, and you were asked to be a part of it. Mm-hmm. Can you tell the viewers watching maybe a little insight of, what's the genesis, the summary, what's the meaning of this only players meeting that's going to be re-uploaded? Because I think, my opinion of it, this was before Blake James was fired. I didn't really understand what was the point of having a players-only meeting, and they weren't going to talk about Manny Diaz or Blake James. But now that he got fired, I think this is an endorsement for who they want as athletic director.
Correct. And actually, the last meeting was actually about being who was going to be the replacement of them two. Like, they just said it ain't no talking about. It wasn't no talking about. Honestly, though, we talk about everything. Like, it's nothing that ain't talked about. Like, it's always going to be talked about. Now, but the reason they having this meeting is because people throwing out names, and we all need to get on the same page to know who we gonna stand behind.
Right.
You know what I mean? If all us throwing out different names, then former players has no that really has no weight. But the fact that if all us get together and we all agree, like, all right, look, Alonzo Highsmith is the guy. Like, he's the guy. What Gino come at anyway? What Gino been doing for the last 30 years?
I don't know. Some business venture.
So why would he even be considered?
That's what I'm saying. I think that would be awful if we hired Gino Torretta. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Like, I would prefer to hire him as a head coach than I would as a AD.
This is like him like a side guy, like associate AD of table tennis or something.
My point. Yeah. But the thing that Highsmith is gonna have a problem with is that excuse me. The thing that Highsmith is gonna have a problem with is that he only want to be the AD over the football program. He don't want to be the AD over the whole school. You see, that's what a problem come in at. Like, so basically what you're telling people is that, all right, so we're gonna hire you, but we also gotta hire another guy to do the exact same job you doing. Like, so we're gonna just start hiring, ADs for every sport. Like, that's what a problem come in at. Like, I'm telling you, that's gonna be the biggest problem.
So who do you think, like, if you could take a guess, who do you think all the players want at representing the University of Miami as athletic director?
Alonzo Highsmith.
Let's do it. Let's hire Alonzo Highsmith.
That's if I had to guess. That's if I had to guess. Now, I'm gonna text some people and call some people, after we get off to find out exactly what happened tonight. But I honestly don't know.
Jason Armstrong with a $5 donation. Thank you so much. Highsmith as AD. I don't think we have a shot at Cristobal or Lane Kiffin because of salary and buyout. I like Bill O'Brien, Jamie Chadwell, and Ken Dorsey. That's exactly
Jamie Chadwell ain't a bad hire either, though.
I don't know. I think we need there's bigger fish out there.
Like who?
I think we can get Lane Kiffin. I think it's an easier way. We want to spend the money. I think there's an easier way to get Lane Kiffin than it is with Mario. Because on Mario's side,
I already told you we ain't got a
check mark.
We ain't got a chance at Mario.
That's what I'm saying. Like with Lane, I think there's an easier path.
Only way we get Mario is if he get fired from Oregon, and they not firing Mario.
I mean, I can be a smartass right now. I won't say it.
Go ahead, shoot it out.
Let's say, cancel culture. Throw some rumor out there.
No, throw some rumors out there, and then let's see if it's sticks
out there. Some little boy started crying. I don't know. Throw something out there.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. I don't care what they say. But I keep saying people say Kellen Moore, but the problem with Kellen Moore is that Dallas ain't gonna let him go. Like it's no way in hell Dallas let him go. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's pointless. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't see look. I would love someone with NFL experience. An NFL offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. I don't know. I don't know if they're open to the Miami job because, like people have said, it's been a long time and the brand doesn't carry as much weight, and I believe it.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
So, Brandon, final segment of the show. We'll wrap it up real quick. Let's do a prediction for this week. I know Manny, we're kind of over the season. By the way, I was on my prediction last week.
You was.
I was on it.
You was. I was thinking that too. I was about to text you and tell you that, but I said I'm gonna let him go because I know he's feeling himself right now. You was right. You was on the head.
So I'm 2 for 2. What do you think about
Whoa. Rewind that.
2 weeks in a row.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take that. But this week.
Yeah.
This week. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So Virginia Tech lost their head coach. Manny's
Correct.
like literally, he looks like a dead man. He looks like he can be in The Walking Dead. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a flat game. Like both teams are just gonna go through the motions, right? Like awful football. It's gonna be an ugly football game. I think it's gonna be Virginia Tech winning 28-27. It's gonna be like 10-7 in the first half, and then both teams are gonna wake up in the final fourth quarter. And I think
Let me
Virginia Tech's gonna win.
let me ask you a question. You ever seen a team come out flat after they get their coach fired? Like, think about it.
Maybe they didn't like him.
Every time a coach get fired, the team come out playing better. You ever notice that?
I agree. Because they're playing loose. It's like the substitute teacher is the king now. You know, it's like, oh, he's gone. Let's have fun. You know,
Right. But every time I done seen Miami with their back against the wall, they came out swinging.
yeah, but this isn't. They have nothing to play for. This
Yeah.
is like,
Yeah,
man,
they still saying Manny got a shot.
then
They
we need
still saying
Virginia
that.
Tech. We need. I mean, we got to get some turkeys. We got to be all Hokies. This like I'm rooting for Virginia Tech.
I
man.
won't
I'm
be.
sorry.
I can't. Listen, I can't put my son in a Miami shirt if I do that.
I know. But he played for Miami. It's different, man. Okay, but like it. Let's say like board of trustees members say, you know what, Manny finished 7-5, one more year. Come on, you know, we won't have this show for another year, Brandon.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, we will. But look, listen, right? Listen, this is what I think though. I can't say that.
All right.
They can't. It's if we go to a bowl game, Manny stays.
Even if he loses,
Yep.
all right. Shit, I can't put up with another year of Manny.
I can't either.
Being real.
I'm being honest with you. I can't either.
I can't.
Like I'm so over the team not being prepared. Like I'm so over it.
It's bad. You know, we gave up 19 penalties. 5 of them were denied, neglected by Florida State.
Yes.
We gave up 19, and 5 didn't count because they didn't.
Every scoring drive they had was a penalty on it. For real. We gave up 2 penalties every scoring drive they had. And I'm not talking about 5-yard penalties. I'm talking about big penalties. Like we had 2 of them every touchdown they had.
Something's got to change. Something's got to change.
So will you tell me what though? What? Okay.
Manny Diaz. Manny's done. Manny is done. Period. The wheels have fallen off. He's going home. Literally going home for good.
So why they ain't fired him yet?
They don't have an AD.
They did last week.
Right. But he didn't want to fire Manny. So they fired him.
You think that's what it was? So you think the president came in and said, you know what? Hey, you fired because you don't want to fire Manny.
I think so. I think it had a lot to do with that.
No.
All right.
The Blake James wanted to get up out of there. He wanted to fire Manny, but he was handcuffed.
By
Just tell him.
By Manny's father.
Yes. By Manny father, the presidents, and everybody else.
All right. So you think Manny's going to stay next year? That's what you think?
I think he has a chance if he wins the next 3, he'd be here next year.
I say Manny Diaz will be fired by the end of the season, regardless if he wins or loses the next 2 games. I think he's done at the end of the season, and he'll probably split them.
Who we got? We got Duke and who else?
Virginia Tech.
Them the last 2?
Yep. So we're gonna lose one.
Nah, we can't lose to Duke.
We lost them 2 years ago.
Nah, we also lost to FIU 2 years ago. So
And Louisiana Tech. And we lost to Florida State this year, which is 3-6.
yeah, you got a point. So VTech might have a chance, but
I think they will win.
Duke ain't got a chance in here.
We'll probably beat Duke. But Virginia Tech, that's 50-50.
Hey, you really upset about Manny, yo. Manny
I
did
hate him.
something
I
to you.
hate Manny. I don't like him. Who takes a limo to a game and you're a 500 team?
That is a good question, and honestly, I just don't understand why Blake ain't fired him before he left though.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
Like I would have stamped on the rails and said, y'all listen, I'm gonna do y'all one favor before I leave, cause I'm going after this game. I'm gonna do y'all one favor, man. Pack your and get up out of here. That's what I would have did.
Man, listen, like I said, man, if he's here next year, like I think I wouldn't be able to take it. I really wouldn't, Brandon.
It's like when I come down to go to the game next year, if you ain't got your season ticket, you can just come with me, dog.
Nah, that sounds great. That sounds.
All right, Paul, man, let's get up out of here. Hey, everybody, I appreciate y'all for coming and watching.
Hey, over 200 people joining us live. Greatly appreciate it. Better days ahead. Go Canes.
Yes, sir.